Powerhouse, presented by Alliant Energy.
Alliant Energy, we're on for you.
Megan, I think this ought to work.
Oh, I think that ought to be perfect. Thanks for getting that. Welcome back to Powerhouse. Now we want to show you something that no home should be without, and that's an emergency kit. This can be invaluable in the case of a natural disaster, like a tornado or a winter storm that could leave you without power for hours or maybe even days.
Most people don't really prepare for storms very well. They might grab an extra blanket or a flashlight and don't give it much more thought. But it can be hard to remember where everything is when the house is dark and the wind is howling. We got some advice from the American Red Cross on how to prepare your family for storms or power outages with an emergency safety kit. And that's what our little bin is for today.
That's right. So let's take a look at how to make one of your own. Here's what the Red Cross recommends. First of all, they recommend a couple of battery-powered flashlights. I'm going to give you that one. And this one is really neat because...
That's a nice one.
Yeah, it goes from being a flashlight to a tabletop lantern. So you might look for something like that. I think that's a great idea. Also, a battery-powered radio is a good idea to have, and battery-powered is the key. Nowadays, we forget that we have to plug things in, so make sure it's battery-powered. If you have a battery-powered clock, that's something you might want to put in too, and an extra supply of batteries. First aid kit. You can't have enough of these around the house. And
Always want to have a Band-Aid or two.
right, and make sure that it's up to date and it has all the supplies that you need. And another safety feature to have in there would be, obviously, a fire extinguisher is a great idea. Sanitary wipes are something else you might consider. Just to keep things tidy, especially if you've got kids, that's a great thing to have on hand to clean up any spills. Also, some non-perishable food items. Make sure you've got those in your kit.
And the can opener.
If they're canned goods, you need the can opener.
You bet.
And like I said, if you have kids, you've got some other things to think about as well.
That's right. If you've got an extra little room in your bin, throw in some books for the kids to read, keeps them busy. Maybe a game or two for them to have to play with. And if you've got room in your kit, throw in an extra blanket and pillow. That's always a good thing. Keep everything together in a box like we've put together here and store it in a handy place where everyone in the family can reach it easily.
That's right. If you can't get to it, it's not any good. Now, there are a few other things that you're going to need to remember that you can't store in your emergency kit because they're perishable, and that's medications and baby supplies. So make sure you keep your prescriptions up to date and keep a few days worth on hand and within easy reach. And always keep also extra baby items like formula and diapers on hand as well.
If the power does go out for any reason, there are a few other safety rules to remember. No matter how tempting it is, never try to use a gas stove to heat a room. Natural gas needs oxygen to burn properly, so if you misuse a gas appliance, it can suck all the oxygen out of the room, causing asphyxiation or deadly carbon monoxide poisoning.
Now, you also should never use a charcoal or propane gas grill indoors because these can produce carbon monoxide as well. It is safe to use a wood-burning fireplace or wood stove, but you need to make sure that it's in good working order. So have the chimney or flue inspected and cleaned by a professional yearly, and make sure that you've got an adequate supply of clean, dry firewood on hand.
If you'll be using the fireplace for an extended period of time, open a window now and then to allow air to circulate.
Right. Putting together this emergency kit is a really easy thing to do, but not many of us actually take the time to put it all in one place. So take a few minutes to put a kit together for your family. You never know when a storm might sneak up on you.
Megan, it is really a great idea. It'll give you a secure feeling to know you've prepared yourself and your family in case of an emergency.
Another great idea is weatherizing your home. Weatherizing is simple, inexpensive, and it can make a big difference on your energy bill. And if you don't know where to start, try your windows as we showed you today. It's really easy.